Alright, let me move on to like the last point here. I want to talk about our perspective on these new phones. Now I have a normal phone. I have a Galaxy S10. I pretty happy with this. I would never, if I had the latest iPhone right now or the latest Android device, it would not affect my life in any way. But we have a computer scientist here, right? This man does analyze the
Hey.
specs and actually care if a processor 1.5 times faster and stuff. So let me hear your perspective on these new phones. I actually hype for the OnePlus Nord because it's
Lord.
cheap
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
that's a good direction for the market to go in.
So before we get into all of that, we have to understand where the market is right now. Right now, all of the companies, or most of the companies, are making these flagship S phones that are in the upper range of price between like 700 and 1,000, 600 and $1,000, right? Actually around 700 and above, right? So when you look at these price ranges, you're seeing things like the OnePlus 8 Pro and the OnePlus 8. You're seeing things, no, the OnePlus 8. You're seeing things like the S10, the S20, the S20 Plus, the Note 20, which, mind you, has a plastic back or a plastic back. I think it's a plastic back and goes for 1,000 USD.
What? The Note 20 has a
Yeah,
plastic back?
yeah. The Note
What? WTF?
Yeah, the Note 20 Plus is the one that has a glass back and
That
goes for
must be a
1,300.
joke that you're telling me there.
Nope, nope. And from like it have this guy that watch on YouTube. I think it's Z Tech, yeah, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like an Asian
he
fella.
Yeah, he checked it out. He checked the Note 20 and say that how the glass stick that is used on the A series actually feels better than what they use on the Note. So you buy a mid-range phone and have a better feel than $1,000 phone. What sense that make?
You still have your screen protector? Because I as soon as I get my phone I peel that off.
Oh no, I just leave it on power. By the way, I also bought a phone recently. I have the A71,
A71.
and the reason why, Josh, is because it also has this one has an in-display fingerprint scanner. So like I want to ensure that I have some money to go and get the what you call it screen protector again, the tempered glass that
Mm-hmm.
has the whole cutout for the screen for the fingerprint scanner. But until then, I'll leave it as is until I could go and do all of that. Anyways, getting back to it. So,
Yeah, I would say,
uh,
for you, it's
yeah,
probably a good idea, but for me, I, I just want a phone that does feel good, and any screen protector just take away from the experience. When you bite the phone, it doesn't taste the same.
mm, yeah. So, um, we got so that's the direction and the market has been heading to in the last couple of years. And that's the direction that OnePlus has been heading for a while with their phones. If you check it, the OnePlus has been getting more expensive as the years go by, with the most recent ones being called actual flagships now, right? So OnePlus now wanted to bring back competition to the mid-range, but before they were doing that, the mid-range was already heating up into the competition with Oppo, Vivo, Pocophone, all of these other brands just competing heavily in the mid-range market. And then you had Google coming with the A lineup, which was like what 400 US, I think it was, with the
Pixel
3A.
A, yeah.
And
Was the
yes,
premium
and
one?
it was the Pixel 3. Right now, I
Oh,
think is the
okay.
Pixel. Yeah, the Pixel 3 and the 3XL was the one with the bathtub notch. That was just horrible. But yeah, so they came out with the 3A, which basically it was a very good camera and a not that expensive phone. And the experience that I heard was it was pretty okay. So the mid-range market started to heat up. And then after Apple released their iPhone SE2, right? Which kind of started up again, competition in the mid range because they gonna have a hold on the upper end, keeping their premium status, but at the same time getting some market share in the mid range, which also is working because a lot of people are jumping from Android to Apple because the price is right.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, there's the OnePlus Nord, there's the Pixel 3a,
I want to
sorry,
just
yeah,
say
Pixel
something
Pixel
here.
3a.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how old the iPhone 10 is now. It's probably coming like 3 or 4 years old. But I
Uh,
used it, right? My mom has it, and I was like, you know, I really used to hype this brand up for being like very fluid and fast. But I don't know if she had like a ton of stuff open or the phone was just slower than mine. And I have like an ancient Samsung, S10. I don't know when it came out. A long time ago. It had the S20 and now the Note 20 now. So I I I don't know. Okay, I know for sure of one thing. Comparing an iPhone to a cheap Android phone is the iPhone would win, but compared to like a premium one, I think Android has it. Like unless it's stealing my data, and well, there's not much to steal. What exactly do they get from me? They want my GPA, they want my university login. I don't know. Probably they just want my selfies. We don't go there. Alright? Alright, you can continue there, Brandon. Also, what happened to Nokia? Nokia don't make phones anymore?
Yeah,
Serious? That's my favorite
yeah.
brand.
They made a phone really back remember what it is because honestly, their phone's not that memorable these days. They're trying, but they really have no foothold in the market anymore. So yeah, like when I hear what a Nokia phone it is, always oh cool, I remember them. Back to the actual phones now.
Nokia.
But
I remember BlackBerry. BlackBerry used to be a big thing, right?
I with BBM and all that direction and the market has been heading to in the last couple of years. And that's the direction. But yeah, so there's the OnePlus Nord, the Pixel 4a, and the iPhone SE, the 2019 or 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2019. Anyways, so those three phones now are now heating up the mid-range market. And on top of that, you have phones from like Oppo and Vivo, and Pocophone going to release a new phone soon.
Yeah, the
Pocophone 2.
Pocophone one was out of this world.
It was no, but the tactic they use is lose a little bit of money on this phone and sell it for a cheap price, so that you get a name for yourself and you get a foothold in the market, and then
Yeah.
you slowly increase the price as you go along. Same
Isn't
thing with
that what
OnePlus.
OnePlus, eh? We on the same page.
Yeah, yeah, same thing with OnePlus did. And then after once you have a good foothold, then it could come back to the mid range. That looked like that is what OnePlus did. It looked like that is what OnePlus was doing all this time, because OnePlus was the after Vivo, they were the first people to introduce the in-display fingerprint scanner. They were one of the first people to also introduce the motorized camera. The first company to introduce the 90 hertz screen, the refresh rate screen.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
yeah, and they continually go in. It's either up. I think it's Oppo gonna release a phone soon. I think it's next year or late this year with that in-display camera. And next year, Samsung's gonna follow suit with the S21 being an in-display camera. So
S21. That's the best
yeah,
name
me
they could come up
personally,
with. Oh, God.
I mean, it works. It works. New decade. It works.
Alright, to go from like the S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, S7, S8, S9, S10.
and then
Then there's
S20.
like
They did it. They did it.
S20.
Yeah, they did it because it's not changing in a decade.
For real? Alright, well, we'll give them a pass then. Just because it's a change
Yeah,
in the
because
decade, right?
yeah, they just following along with the changing in a decade.
Am I the only one that remember the S3 ad where it had a spider on the phone and like the other guy tried to kill it? That wasn't four. That was alright, then
The
yeah,
original,
too.
just not the original S, the original
Yeah.
Galaxy Edge, the
That
original
was
Galaxy Edge had one waterfall edge.
that was 8 years ago, remember? Like, and I don't know if it
And
had something with Gorilla
mm,
Glass. But like I remember the ad with that. I was like talking to my father, and he was like, "He gonna buy one," and I was like, "You're not gonna buy one." He actually never bought one. He's not a big phone person. He's
mm,
one of them old school people that don't actually care about the phone. I guess that's where I get that from. I don't really care about my phone. Once I could talk to people on WhatsApp and watch YouTube videos and have all of my university business on lockdown, like I have a ton of storage on my phone. Probably not like compared to like what out nowadays, how people like have crazy amounts of storage on their iPhone and stuff. But I have like 256 gigs on my phone, and that is more than enough for a electrical engineering student to store all the PDFs, all the documents, all the lectures, every single thing. You don't need to worry about it, right? All the music, all the pictures, I could store it on that. That is enough for me. I don't know what's enough for Brandon. He might need, 2 terabytes to store all of his personal stuff. What do you have to say about that? Give me a comment.
uh, well, me personally, I kind of like want to get submerged in tech as much as possible. So
Would you consider
I
implants?
yes, I
Oh
actually
my
would.
god. Alright.
I would like implants, but not in a third world country.
You're gonna be like Cyberpunk. You know that? You'll be
Why?
the first generation of the Cyberpunk
Nah, I would be the
thing.
first because what I like to do is I like to wait for technology to mature first and then go and get it. So with the in-display fingerprint scanner, right? This was released, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 years ago. And I waited up till now to get it because I really wanted the technology to mature a little bit. I would have waited like 4 or 5 more years because I would have liked to get a phone with that in-display camera and let that technology to mature for like 3 to 4 years before I get one. But I was upgrading and I was like, you can't get away from a notch, you can't get away from a hole punch. If you want to go full screen, the newer phones coming out full screen. If you want, you can get OnePlus 70 Pro, which has a motorized camera, which is just amazing. But other than that, you can't really get a good full screen phone. So I could just wait for the next 5 years. Flip this phone for around this I paid to the 800, I think. If I could get at least, if I could get for the most 2,000 with, I'll be
Alright.
happy.
How long
Move
you
on.
plan to like wait till they flip it? Because you
I will wait for the
yeah.
in-display camera technology to
Give
mature,
me give me
and
amount of years, and I'll say if
so
your expectation realistic.
if they if Vivo release it this year and Samsung release it next year, I will wait, inclusive of next year, 4 to 5 years, and that is realistic.
You expect to sell your phone 4 to 5 years for $2,000?
Nah,
Are
the
you
reason why I'm going,
joking?
the reason why I'm going 2,000 is because we get haggled down. That is how it works. You're selling it, but pay what it, haggle down. You're still gonna get as much as you have to get.
I was in this marketplace thing before, right? Okay, my S7 is like 4 to 5 years, right? You'd say that?
S7, I
Yeah.
think so. 8, 9, 10, yeah.
Now my father have my S7, right? But I have seen ads for S7. And now, okay, the highest these ads this was like probably $800 to $900. You usually see them for like $700. And this phone costs like 4,700 TT dollars
At the
new.
time, yeah. At the
I,
time. No, but the reason why I'm saying that is because yeah, when I went, I wanted to buy the S9 initially, and the S9 is only what it only come out last year.
yeah.
Sorry, not the S9. Wait,
No, that come a long
the
time
S8
ago.
come out 2 years ago. The S8 come out 2 years ago, right? Because the S20 come out this year, and then the the S10 last year, the S9 year before, and the S8 year before, right? So I was thinking, all right, it wouldn't be more than 4,000. When I went, the S8 was still 4,300,
Nah, they
and
ripping
the
you
S
off. How much was
yeah, and
for
the S9 was
S10?
49.
How much was
Huh?
for S10?
I think like 5,000 plus.
What? That no,
Yeah, and
that
when I
they're
check
robbing
around,
you.
yeah, when I check around, it was around that price. Like cheaper, obviously, but like only by a couple,
Oh,
one, two, 300. So I
Brandon,
was like,
I
wait,
pay,
since my Samsung phones holding their value so
I
much,
pay 5,500 for this phone. I think about 5,500. Like
hmm,
when was grads? Like a year
hmm,
ago.
like a year ago, yeah, a year
A
ago.
year ago, and this thing's still
Uh,
selling for 5,000. That must be a joke. Nah, they're
check
robbing
it,
you.
check it and see. Yeah, check it and see.
No, I didn't pay more than 6,000. It's like I think like 5,300, between 53 and 55. I didn't pay plenty money for it.
Let me get the Amazon price for you, right? The S10 Amazon price, you could get it for 750 US. This look like the plus version.
Yeah, that's like realistic. I think the plus was like 1,000 when it now come out. I don't know these phone prices,
No,
alright? I'm
no,
not a
no,
geek.
no. The S10 is 750. The S10 Plus is 800 US.
Alright,
That's the
and
128,
when it was new.
right? Just now that's 750 to TT, 750
Well, you
US
can't
to
check that
TT.
so
Sorry.
you know, because I buy
No, I
something
know,
for
I know.
100
But
US.
that's
I buy
no,
something.
I know, but
Yeah, yeah.
just just with that price on Amazon with all shipping and anything, right? It's already 5,000.
Um, well, I am very proud of my investment. Like a year now, this phone has treated me well. I did not regret spending the small fortune because clearly it's still worth something. That I find that amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
iPhones just hold the value crazy, but like recently,
Amazingly well.
what I noticed is you could get an iPhone 10, 8, them kind of stuff for like 2,000 to 3,000, which is like way less. But them phones is like 3 to 4 years old. People don't realize that. They like see iPhone as like, whoa, that's such a good price. But when you actually check, these phones are actually really old. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
iPhone is kind of like, you know, there's updated and stuff. They just last a long time, but it's still an old phone. I don't want an old phone. I want a new phone. I lie. I good with my phone. But I'm just saying, if I had to buy a phone, I'm not buying a phone that's 3 to 4 years old. I'm gonna buy a new phone.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you want those updates and you want to, make sure you get the most out of the phone and all of that.
Yeah.
So that is why I said my one 2000 max, right?
I
Because
would
right
be
now,
hopeful
this phone, the Samsung A71, right?
to the 800.
That was no, that was launched last year December. Um, let me just get back the price.
How
I
much
think
you
I
pay
see
for
it.
it? How much you pay?
That's not.
Okay, it's
851,
not a hard question, Brandon. How much you pay?
the paid 3,800.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let
Mm-hmm.
me check my link on Trini Tuners quickly if you guys really
I
want to
think
know.
you paid. I think you paid 30. For you, it's 33 on 22.
Yeah, I just check Trinity Tunas when I feel like it. It's a good place if
Yeah,
you're
but
living in
that
Trinidad.
was used or not?
No, it was new. It was new, and it's actually deliver and everything. I got free what's called this thing? Free 64 gig micro SD card when I buy my S6, and I just give it to my father, and I take the one I had before from the S7. Um,
Yeah. So with the Amazon pricing, this is the cheapest I found.
3300.
Yeah, the cheapest I found was 2600 TT. But that is for the yeah, that's for the 128 gig version. That's the cheapest I found.
Holy crap! The S10 is five. It's 5,000. It only going on like for like 300
Yeah,
or $500.
yeah.
But Brandon, you could have buy a S10 or you'd be twins.
Nah, my parents didn't want me to go above five. I mean, maybe 5'4".
But I never give you a story. Never give you a story. I remember. I don't know if to save it. Alright, I'll save this, right? But when I was in Form 1, I had the S1. That phone cost real plenty money at the time. Like, at that time, buying a phone for over $3,000 was like insane. That was like,
Without, without.
mind explosion kind of insane because, you know, iPhone was like $3,000 at that time. And people didn't really like know about smartphones. If you wanted to go on WhatsApp, Facebook and stuff, well, not WhatsApp, people never use WhatsApp. They use Facebook SMS.
BBM. They use BBM.
Yeah, they use BVM and SMS. I was so much bad memories from that time, but let me just not talk about that right now. You know, if this podcast gets 6 likes again, I'll talk about it. All right, I'll talk about it because that's how much it got last time. So, any closing words, Brandon? Anything you want to say to your peeps here who viewing this podcast?
If you're gonna buy a device in the future, you should learn about what the specs are, so you wouldn't get ripped off. Because it's gonna be something that a lot of people are gonna get ripped off in the future when it comes to this.
I want to say something about that, right? I don't think specs matter. I think experience matters. So,
No, definitely.
watch reviews.
Definitely it does. Definitely it does. But at least learn how to compare specs, because then that way now, if you're somebody asks you about these two phones, off the top of your head, you can have a good idea of what one phone could offer over the other. But obviously, if you want to have a good comprehensive idea, reviews all the way. If you're in the store
I
and
recommend
you want
Dave
to compare
today.
phone that you're thinking of buying to another phone, and you know the specs, you don't even have to go to a review really to compare them, but you could still do.
I find iPhones just feel good though. Like, it feels so balanced and so heavy in your hand. I would buy an
Remember,
iPhone one day.
they design their phones they design their products in such a way that it have a premium look, premium feel, and although it's not the most powerful like computers, for example,
Aren't their phones like the most
feel
powerful though? Like with
no,
processors?
not iPhones. They're not iPhones. They're laptops.
Nah. Don't buy a
Right?
what's called this? Do not buy a Macintosh. What's called the laptop?
A MacBook.
Don't
MacBook.
buy a MacBook, right? We watch enough
MacBook,
Lewis where's the YouTube?
Lewis Rossman.
We watch enough Lewis Rossman not to buy a MacBook, okay?
Yes.
Don't buy a
Yes.
MacBook, please.
Yes.
It
Don't
would
even buy a Chrome.
break.
Just buy a laptop and install Linux.
I agree
That
with
is all.
that. Unless like your
Yeah.
university demands Windows,
No,
go
no,
with
but the
Linux.
reason why I brought up laptops was because the trackpad the speakers and their hinge is second to none in the industry. Their trackpad is made of
Wait,
glass.
wait,
If I remember
what?
correctly, the trackpad is made of glass and has the best feel, and also is also the biggest trackpad in the industry. Their speakers is industry leading. Right now, they literally have
I would agree to that.
studio grade. Huh?
I would agree that
The speak-
MacBooks speakers are amazing.
Yeah, their microphones are literally studio grade
Wait,
quality.
wait,
Like,
MacBook? You talking about
Yeah.
You didn't watch Linus Tech
Yeah,
Tips of the new MacBook?
Hmm?
You didn't watch Linus Tech Tips of the new MacBook?
Tips.
The webcam and the
Yeah,
microphone
but-
was garbage.
No, not the webcam. The webcam on the XPS, I think, finally got upgraded.
You
But the
talk wait,
webcam
wait. You talking about
just
the
now,
MacBook or the
Just
XPS?
just now.
Which
just
one
now,
you talking
I
about?
Just now. I
No,
brought the
alright,
XPS.
you're wasting people's
Wait,
time
wait.
by saying just now. Just say
Wait.
what you have to say.
Well, let me see.
Just say it.
Well, let me say it. The reason why I brought up XPS was because all computer webcams beside XPS this year has finally been has been trashed. The reason why I say XPS is because now we can compare it to them. MacBook webcams are horrible. The mic is amazing. They have a mic array. Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
you should check it out. Yeah, you should check them out.
I watch
You
a
should check out
Oh,
their mic arrays. The mic array on their new MacBook, like the MacBook Pro, is amazing. Like literally amazing. Jonathan, what's his name? Jonathan what on YouTube? Literally recorded a song with one of his friends who's a singer, and it sounded amazing with nothing but the MacBook.
I don't know what happened to my desktop, but like it freaked out and everything inverted. It insane.
Control window and the arrows, I think, so you can get turn back into the different landscapes.
That like
control-
it seriously messed up. I just restarted as soon as I end the podcast. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
what you can do is pull up Task Manager, open our Windows Explorer, and restart the Windows Explorer. That would restart your desktop.
I don't know how to like. All right, after the podcast, I'll do that.
Yeah. No, okay. So the webcam on all computers beside the XPS this year has been shit. But their mics is one of the best in the industry. And the way that Apple designs their things, if you look at from the packaging to the way that they just present their products to the feel of everything, it's all to get an idea of premium in your head. Right? The biggest trackpad in the industry, lead in class. The speakers in the industry, lead in class on a laptop. The mic array on a laptop, lead in class.
All
The
right.
things that they could do
I want to leave a
is the
comment. I want to leave a
the-
comment for everybody else, right? Everybody else who watching this, who, first of all, don't have more than 1,000 US to spend on a laptop. Those of you who already have a laptop and love it and don't even care about upgrading, you are the MVPs, alright? You are the people who most people will strive to be. You guys are the people who have achieved true happiness and don't care about new upgrades. You are the real people, and I'm talking about people like Krishna, because apparently I don't know if you saw the same laptop, but I don't think it matters. He's
No, I mean,
Yoshi.
There's also
Wait,
there's also an argument.
Suren. Suren getting a shout out. That man just play all the games we just play on his laptop. Nah, Shank, I have a new laptop.
You can also make an argument that ignorance is bliss.
No. Don't start with that. Don't start with that. I could use
No,
my
if
laptop.
if you don't know that they are better out there and you don't know how much better it is compared to yours,
Brandon,
ignorance is bliss.
let me tell you something, right? I want you to listen to me carefully.
Mhm.
I am very lucky to have this razor blade
Mm-hmm.
stealth. But the man who does control all of the PLCs in Point Lisa's, the man, there's literally pay for him to come from India to do this. Who does do all of the actual programming for the ammonium plant? You know how much programming that is, Brandon? That's like insane. You know, alright, you wasn't in electrical, but we basically went to where my father does work, right? And
Hey,
the, as far as your eye could see is basically industrial plant. And this man does go and program these things that now if something fail, everybody just gonna die, right? It's just gonna have catastrophic meltdown. You see what happened in that
Hiroshima.
it's not Hiroshima.
Maybe Hiroshima. Isn't it my second by?
It's not Syria, you know, is some other place, but the thing that's all over YouTube with the massive explosion. That was with fertilizer.
Oh, it's almost Syria. It's
That
almost
is not.
Syria.
That's not. That wasn't Syria. I can't look it up.
The one that happened this. The one that happened this year? This month?
Yeah, massive X.
Yeah, Syria. Syria.
I think I see Belarus or something, you know.
Mm.
Beirut. Where Beirut is.
In Syria.
But never just confirm this.
Also, before we continue, just note we are nitpicking, and once the computer fits in your needs, stick with it. Okay? Do not buy something thinking it will make things better when all you're doing is just going on the internet and watching videos and replying to emails.
Alright, I don't know where Beirut is,
If
but
you need the power, then upgrade it. But if the computer's fitting your needs right now, as well as your phone, do not bother.
you see
I
what
think
Brandon
just
said right there?
elaborate
I agree with that because the main man. Now this man is probably make like plenty money, like probably. I don't want to guess. It's too much, and he just use like a old Dell. Like the battery don't even keep charge, and he does be doing like the most amazing craziness on this thing. So if he could do that, I could clearly get your engineer with my little razor blade stealth. And plus, I streaming off it right now. I doing legit everything off of this laptop, and it not unless I'm playing games, it's not that much worse than my desktop that has, you know, a GTX 1070, i7 Intel processor, 16 gigs of RAM. I wouldn't know, alright? It does the same thing. It probably even works faster because all the internal storage is just like the fastest SSD you could have probably get at that time. Because what Razer does do is like put like the best that they can at the time. That's why most of it does just break.
Before I
Yeah,
continue,
Syria. Sorry there, Brandon.
right.
Syria.
I'm going live. Right, so you have you see me there, right?
No, it's a what stream?
I went live. Yeah, I went live.
Alright. Well, I didn't really know you was
You're on my
gonna
video, right? You're on my video, right? Live?
tell me what. Alright. Let me just
Good one.
we're
Good
gonna
one.
end after this, alright? I don't want this to be too long. Yeah, I'll look it up.
This one is long. So this is it here. This is Beirut here. Right?
And then the world could see all of your business, you know.
I think. Then Lebanon. And
Yeah,
then Syria.
I see it. I look it up just now.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's in Lebanon, you know, because this looks like a border here. So
Hey,
it is in
Brandon.
Lebanon.
Brandon, you should probably
Yeah,
take it
Lebanon.
off
Yeah.
because you have like God of War and 1, 2, 3 movies up there. You know, you're like confirming that we you're confirming
pirates.
piracy. All right, guys.
Pirates.
I think this will be the end of the podcast. Honestly, I cannot believe we actually like did this for an entire hour. That's like totally amazing. For you guys who sticked and watch here, there aren't any comments, but if you leave comments on this video, I'll actually answer all of them because first of all, it is not going to be many of them, so I'll answer all of them. Alright, guys.
Yeah.
Signing out from my perspective. Brandon, anything you have to say?
As long as it fit your needs, do not upgrade.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, guys. Later.